Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a writer, an artist, journaler, journal maker, and teacher of journaling courses. And I'm continuing this series for the Art Therapy podcast. And I am sharing about the study and wellbeing session that we had during orientation week. So I'm studying a Bachelor of Arts Therapy, and I just want to share some practices for wellbeing that really helped me. One in particular really helped me. And I'll walk you through this exercise, and you might want to do it every day or once a week, and I want to do it for myself. And it just really gave me a light bulb moment. And yeah, I'll just give you some background first before I walk through this exercise and some other ones. So this one really grabbed me. Our brain can't tell the difference between our voice and someone else's. And I mean, I think we all know this, but just to put language to it helps me get these light bulb moments and to see things in a new way. And so not only our brain, excuse me, but our nervous system can't tell the difference between our own voice and someone else's. So our body and our brain and our nervous system will respond in the exact same way as if it's someone else's voice. So for example, if your friend or a stranger started abusing you and yelling at you and saying, "You're no good, how dare you be in this world, you're horrible, I hate you, you're such a terrible person," maybe you made a mistake at work or a customer comes in and starts abusing you, or you let down a friend and they're just like, I can't stand you anymore, I don't want to be next to whatever it is. Now your nervous system will start to get very stressed, your heart rate will race, you'll become tense, you'll feel fear in your body, and just maybe panic will overtake you, and anxiety and stress. And we could all understand that if someone's starting to abuse you, if someone's starting to yell at you, if a friend starts to turn on you, it's a natural response that your body is just going to freak out and you're going to have all these feelings of stress. So the exact same thing happens though. Our body responds in the exact same way when it's our voice in our own head telling us that. Oh, you're worthless. Oh, you're useless. I hate you. You're no good in the world. No one likes you. Our body is going to have the exact same response to if it's someone else's voice, and have those feelings of stress and fear and and I didn't kind of know this, I guess. So when I struggled with depression and anxiety, my voice in my head 24 hours a day was just telling me how much I hated myself. It was just like, you're no good, why are you even in this world, you shouldn't even exist, I hate myself. Like, just that was the voice in my head constantly playing in my head. It's like, no wonder my body was not doing so well, and I was having these anxiety attacks and things like that, because I had this voice in my head telling me these horrible things. So no wonder it's understandable that my body was not doing so well. And to me, my language that I put it in was, I felt like I was tearing myself to shreds. I felt like my voice, my inner voice telling me these things, was tearing myself to shreds. And I guess that's putting it in a different language to, your nervous system, your brain can't tell the difference, and your voice is not literally, is having a response where it feels like it's tearing your body apart. And the same way, if someone's yelling at you in public, or a customer is abusing you, that's going to feel like you're being shredded. Your body's having this response of like, oh, what is happening to me? So it's the exact same when it's your own voice in your own head. So anyway, all this to say, to me, what this shows me as well is how much of an impact our voice can have on ourselves. But it works the other way. Just as it tears ourselves apart when we're being hateful to ourselves and hurtful to ourselves, and maybe even abusive to ourselves, our heads, I guess my own head was being abusive to myself in a way, telling myself all those things, tearing myself down. My own voice was being abusive to me. Let's put it like that. Anyway, so the other way though is if our inner voice tells us good things and lifts us up, it has the exact same effect as if someone else, a friend, a family member, or a stranger is telling us, hey, it's okay, You're doing okay. I think you're awesome. I love you. You're amazing just as you are. Yeah, okay, you made this mistake, or you may be feeling terrible right now, but hey, everyone feels like that sometimes. It's okay. You're not crazy. You're all good. Well, yeah, it's nice to have that when it's someone else. Just having their presence and just having their words wash over us can help calm us down, can help make us feel less alone. It can help make us feel comforted, and it can help bring us back to a normal place, you know? And our voice can do that exact same thing to our body. It has the exact same power. Like, wow. So even if there's no one around, there's no friend to turn to, we have our own inner voice we can turn to bring us back to normal, to calm us down, to comfort ourselves. It's exactly the same. Like, you always hear it, this thing, we are in relationship with ourselves. But this brings it to a whole nother level. We really are in relationship with ourselves. There's this voice in our head, our own voice, granted. But our body doesn't know the difference. Our body treats that inner voice as another person. And therefore we truly are in relationship with ourselves. And therefore we need to value this. We've got this tool in our own heads that we can access. It can either tear us down or it can build us up. So have this intentionality about it. Be intentional. And I know, like, for some people this might just sound so Fruit Loopy and airy-fairy, and it might feel so foreign. But if you can see the importance of it and how much of an impact it can have, and you use this tool, honestly, I think it's a responsibility that we use this tool. It's right there. We all have access to the same thing, our own inner voice, the thoughts in our head. I know it takes effort and I know it takes energy to use it well, because we can just so go on a track of like, oh, I'm worthless, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, and we don't even notice it's there. And even if we do notice it's there, we don't have the energy to change it, to change the track of our thoughts. But I sort of see it as a responsibility to myself to use it, because now that I know this information, that my own inner voice can either tear me down or build me up, which of course we all know that, I got to use it for good. It's just like anything at our disposal, any tool that we can use for good in the world. And I can use this for good in my own body, you know? And so I see it as like this responsibility that now I'm aware of this information to use it and not just be like, oh yeah, that's handy information, but I'm not going to do anything with that. No, my body is at stake. My well-being is at stake. So I've got to use this tool for good. I really hope this is helping. So let me share this exercise that hopefully can put it into practice for us. And yeah, this gave me a light bulb moment as well. So, okay, close your eyes. Close your eyes and put onto your face a neutral expression. Don't smile, don't frown, don't be stressed, don't be angry. Just whatever you're feeling, wipe that clean. Clean slate, put a neutral expression on your face. And now with your eyes closed, in your voice, in your head, think to yourself or say out loud in your head. Like, don't say it out audibly with your mouth. Just in your head with your own thoughts. Say in your head to yourself in a completely neutral tone of voice, hello, I see you there. Okay, try that. Notice what you're feeling in your body. How does that make you feel? If anything like me, it made me just feel nothing, because it was just a neutral expression, a neutral tone of voice, and it didn't really make me feel anything. Okay, now I want you to keep your eyes closed. Now I want you to smile. Put a smile on your face. Not a fake smile, not a huge toothy smile, not a grin. Just a gentle, warm smile. Just a gentle, warm smile on your face. A genuine, gentle, warm smile. And now in your head, think in your thoughts, say to yourself in your thoughts, in a warm, friendly tone of voice, hello, I see you there. Hi. And notice how that made your body feel. If you're anything like me, it made me feel warm. It made me feel like I was getting a warm hug. It made me feel nice. Okay, and then she gave the example of this. So when you walk down the street and there's someone coming towards you and you're walking the other way, and if the stranger looks away or has just a straight face, there's that moment of like, do I smile, do I say hello, or do we just walk past each other and not engage? And so when there's a neutral face and there's no engagement, you walk past, like for me, yeah, you don't feel anything. You're just like, oh yeah, okay, that just felt like nothing. But if that person says hello and smiles at you, like, I don't know about you, but for me, instantly, I just actually feel a bit warmer. I feel like, oh, that was nice. That felt nice. That was lovely. Complete stranger. It was just a simple hello. But, 5 seconds afterwards, I'm thinking back to that interaction. I'm like, oh, that was nice that stranger said hello and they smiled. And I smiled and I said hello back. And, it's just this like 2-second little interaction or 1-second interaction. But, yeah, I'm thinking about it now and that was nice. That was really nice. And then, go about my day. But just for that 5 seconds afterwards, I'm like, yeah, that was nice. Even like when you're with a retail person, the same thing. If the retail person's just a straight face, hello, here you go, here's your change, bye. Like, yeah, I'm not feeling anything. I'm even feeling flat, actually. But if that person's like, hello, how are you going today? I could have been feeling terrible before that, but because that person said hello and smiled at me, I will walk out of that shop and be like, oh, I feel a little bit better now. Yeah. So that's the exact same thing when it's our voice. Our body can't tell the difference between that stranger walking down the street and our voice in our head. Our body can't tell the difference between that lady or that man who served us and smiled at us and said hello and gave us our money back. Our body can't tell the difference between that and the voice in our own head. Isn't that amazing? And we know the difference. I have experienced the difference between a person with a monotonous tone, just neutral, serving me, versus how it makes me feel when someone's, hello, how are you going? Good to see you. Here's your item. I hope you enjoy that. Have a good day. Versus as well with, just someone walking down the street and it's completely neutral, oh yeah, whatever, to someone smiling at me like, oh wow, that felt really good. Wow, we have that power in our own head every day, every moment of every single day. We have that power to just check in with ourselves and check in with that little friendly voice. So what this lady suggested in our study and wellbeing session was just every day, just once a day, just check in with yourself and do the smile practice. Close your eyes, put a smile on your face, and say to yourself in a warm, friendly voice, hello, I see you. And just let it wash over your body and notice the feelings in your body and notice that warmness, notice that hug, notice that niceness it feels, just how lovely it feels, and let it wash over you. And then what she was saying was, if you do that every day, you will have access to that voice when you actually need it. When you're in a time of stress or someone is abusing you, or yelling at you, that voice will come to you and be like, just naturally of its own accord, because you've done this practice so regularly, you'll recognize this voice. The voice will just come to you and be like, hey, I see you. It's not very nice that person yelled at you, was it? I'm so sorry that person yelled at you. It's okay. It's okay. Instead of, oh my gosh, I did the wrong thing. No wonder that person yelled at me. I'm such a terrible person. And oh my gosh, I can't go out because everyone's going to yell at me. This is not good. Like, that voice, like, okay, they gave this example. A lady was having a really hard day and she walked into some retail business and she abused the lady behind the counter. She just went off at them, yelled at them. And then after she walked out of the shop, and she could have, in her normal natural state, would have been like, oh my gosh, you horrible person, how dare you have hurt that lady? She did nothing. Just because you're having a bad day, you took it out on this lady. Oh, I'm such a terrible person. But no, this voice came to her when she needed it most, and it just went to her, hey, I see you. You've had a really rough day, haven't you? That sucks. And hey, lots of people have rough days, and it comes out in ways that they don't mean, and they take it out in ways that they don't mean. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's rough, isn't it? I see you. And that voice was there when she needed it, instead of an abusive voice inner voice telling her, oh, you're worthless, you just abused that lady and now I'm going to abuse you back because you were just so horrible. No, that inner voice, that kind, friendly voice was there saying, hey, it's been rough, hasn't it? It's okay. It's okay. It's really rough, isn't it? And having that warm hug just to bring her back down instead of working her back up and being like, you're horrible, and making her tense. Just bringing her back down to calm. So maybe now she could go back and apologize to that lady. Or maybe that was just a one-off encounter and she can just know, okay, well, that thing happened, but it doesn't determine my worth, my be-all and end-all. And so I hope this is encouraging to just know that you have this tool inside of you, this head, your own head, the voice in your head. We all have it. We all have it. I know it sounds a bit crazy talk, but just bring it down to a normal thing. We all have this voice in our head, and we can either have that voice yell at us, tell us we're worthless and hate us, or that voice can be a nice friend. So channel your best friend, channel a friend. What would they say to you in these moments where you are stressed or where you feel horrible, where you've made a mistake? Just channel that voice. And if you do this smile practice daily, regularly, that friendly voice will be them naturally. It won't be something you have to drum up, and it won't be such a thing that you have to take all this effort to access. It'll just naturally be there in that moment. You feeling terrible today? Well, don't be like the voice. Don't listen to that voice that's like, well, of course you feel terrible because you're a bad person. Like, you're no good. Why are you even here? No, listen to the other voice. Hey, yeah, everyone feels like that sometimes, and I'm so sorry you're feeling like that right now. I'm so sorry. It will pass. It will pass, and I'll just be with you while you're feeling terrible right now, but that doesn't mean you're terrible. It's just a terrible feeling. It's okay. I mean, like, how it's really simple, you guys. It's such a simple thing, but hard to do. But if we can be aware of it and practice it, it's like anything. Practice it. The more you practice it, the easier it will become, and the more helpful it will be, especially in those times when you need it. Yeah. So I hope maybe you can see how valuable this is. The way that I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Look at this tool that we have in our head. Maybe you want to use it at home, and if you felt it in your own self in that smile practice, that you're like, wow, that really made a difference. That felt so lovely. Well, go ahead and use it. I know it feels weird and it feels like so Fruit Loopy, but our well-being is at stake, and your well-being is important, and do it for your well-being. And like all of this, it has a flow-on effect. If we can do it for ourselves, we can be better people in the world because we're more grounded, we are self-caring, we are loving ourselves in a practical way so that we can then treat others better and have more grace for other people, and we can be that friendly voice for other people just as we're that friendly voice for ourselves. So yeah, I really hope that helped. I really do. It helped me so much, and every now and then I forget. I don't do it every day, but when I remember, I want to try and do that smile practice because I want to have that friendly voice, not the other voice. And it's just such an easy thing to do for our own bodies and our own well-being. So if it's that easy, I'm going to try and do it more. Anyway, I really hope that helped. Let me know if it did. Let me know how that smile practice went for you, if it had the same impact on you, or if you got some other revelation from it, some other insight. Let me know if you want to keep it up, or just, this is back and forth. I really hope that this podcast type of thing can be a back and forth conversation with you guys. So I realised that I haven't gotten around to sharing about the other well-being practices, so I think I'll end this video here though, so that this one can stand alone, and then over on my Patreon I will do a separate video sharing the other ones. I think that might be a nice benefit or reward for those guys, or whatever you want to call it. So I definitely will do some more for the public over on my channel and some for just my patrons, just so that everyone gets a bit of something. The more personal stuff, of course, will go over onto my Patreon, and then any extra content I'll put over there too. But the main stuff, the big stuff that I got something out of, I'll hope to definitely put that on my channel so that anyone can have access to these things that I find very, very useful. And if you're one of those people who just wants to know more, then you can check out my Patreon. So the link will be down in the description box to that, and I would definitely appreciate any support. Thank you to those who already are patrons and supporting me on this amazing journey. Hope you are all loving the series, and I'll see you guys in the next video. A big special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in January. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. I can't do this without you, so thank you so much. If you would like to become a patron in February, the link will be below in the description box to my Patreon, and that's where you get access to extra videos and behind the scenes looks, personal updates, printables, the Ruby tier and higher, you get every single digital kit from my Etsy as well. And may you all journal your lives because your story matters.